Greetings and welcome, my dear Leo. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. I shall be doing the Great Mirror for you in the month of July 2020. The Great Mirror is designed to capture the energy of you, someone else, or something else, the object of your affection, and showing the mirror between. Please take only what you will. Know that the Great Mirror is essentially a guide. These are appearances and may be driven by the world of binary or duality, so it may be illusional. Please take only what resonates. Thank you. Now, I'm going to build first for you a bridge, and this bridge is essentially the karmic action that may be enveloping you in the month of July. It's something that you can walk, repair, or perhaps burn. It really depends on your free will. So, okay. Your heart is geared towards the future, but a reckoning with the past is here. You're finding it challenging to really express what you mean. 2 sevens as well. The eight of diamonds, the 8 of pentacles is here. So you walk the path of unconditional love. However, there's something from the past that requires a conditional reckoning. Secretly, you are harboring a type of thing that is crystallized. It's become cold. If you think of love as fluid, it's become a bit frigid or rigid and is unable to retroactively give itself to the past. But you are moving unconditionally to the future, whatever that may be. There is something holding you, or something that you moved away from, that has to do with a challenge that has become too great, as well as with something that kind of did not fit your expectations. And these are expectations of what you look for in a loving bond. The desire, as well as the practicality of it, was unnecessary for you to, it felt like it was unnecessary for you to continue with the connection. You did work hard on it though, and you're finding that in your analysis of such things, your heart is moving on. This can always change though. There's always a possibility for the frozen emotions to acquiesce to the heat of the moment, and if it does, then there is a possibility for a relapse, or what have you, whatever you want to call it. Passes over though. I think you're moving on, and you're offering your gifts and your talents gracefully to the future. So this is the Great Mirror. Please hit the like button if you like. If you dislike, please hit the dislike button, especially if you dislike, considering I'm trying to ghost my channel a bit. Okay, interesting. Okay. 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 So on your end, there is the possibility that you are trying to organize things. The urge or the theme, the motif, whatever is rotating in your mind is essentially about this revolution or this reform on the certain aspects of the downfall of, say, very masculine traits of action These are trying to be understood. Something about the actions or the inactions that you are going through right now is reassessing the structure or the order of what you're committed to in life. And it seems to me that um, there's a strong tendency for you to really think about this connection with your significant other, or this object of affection. You have a you have a roaming mind when it comes to this, and it's very fast. There's a lot of fast action when it comes to your consciousness and this connection, which is, good, considering your. It seems like you're going to be more passively open towards communication, but from an aggressive urge. Um, and this communication is based on logic, it's based on practicality, it's based on reason and discerning the truth. However, because two swords enter here in the fray with with a declension, a sort of a move down, a step down in status with military to espion, the knight to the um, to the page of swords. There's this sort of dwindling or dying down of the actual thought towards the connection. You're still open, and there certainly is some interest and curiosity in the connection, but I feel like you are on the path of augmentation more than anything. What you want is to understand within the disorder of your environment to become someone of order, and to essentially create a structure of social standing that is understanding as well. There is a need for you to cure a very deep down urge. It's this unconscious and subconscious need to get over it, whatever that may be. Get over it. There's something about the external world that is coming into power, and I think you want to be a part of that. Very soon, the season will shift, and the energies that you have learned in the past few months from this need to lightly discover pleasure, or to lightly discover yourself in a very natural way, has actually backfired, and a lot of expectations are now shifting. There's a shift here, and you're able to get out of the blues in a way, which is beautiful. Um, on their end, there is the an interesting complexion. There's a lot of Aquarius here, which is your seventh house, as well as the energy of Pisces. And the energy of those two are essentially a type of martyrdom. This person is, or may have once, understood the connection as being something that was a challenge, in which the health was going to be challenged, and the antidotes to that would naturally appear. There is a lot of temptation in this, and the Hanged Man in the reverse speaks to me of the need to open up and reach out, but the inability to do so on a conscious level. This person has gone through a lot of healing, okay, but they still can't, they might say something, but they can't reach out and touch you for the time being, because in their alone time, which is what they want to come out of that alone time and move towards the energy of the Ten of Cups. But they still find propriety and health in the rejection of certain things in their external world. This person is also a very hard worker, and they are being driven by their desires to do something, but these desires can be illusional in a way, but it still is something that they have been told by the conjunction of Mercury and the Moon, a harmony here, or a chasing of some sort of secret knowledge. They're hard at work at trying to understand some very deep spiritual thing, okay? But it could leave them to being detached or perhaps alone. But in this time of aloneness, they are actually finding a great deal of wisdom through the contradiction of, say, the human condition, contradiction of certain opposites that through their lunacy become whole. Okay, just know that this person is trying to walk their path. Now, on the unconscious and subconscious level, there's the Ten of Swords of reverse, as well as the Nine of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so this person has done their thinking on the situation already, And what their soul is telling them to do is essentially get over the pain as well as get over the fear. Okay, there's a clearing here, a clearing. It's beautiful because on the conscious level and the unconscious level of both you and them, there is a possibility for clarity of thought, presence of mind. Okay, it's coming to the fore, which could lead to a reconciliation or at least a meeting of the minds. In this meeting, you have to be careful that the things you say become the actual programming. Okay, they become a part of what is the entire vibration of this. If there's a lot of swords energy, okay, and giving up of the swords, that means there is a clearing of the mind. Okay, so that's a presence of the mind. Very beautiful. Now, let's see. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Right. So as far as the outcome goes, in the mirror, what has been the ultimate harmony here? Okay, it has to do with the elevation of Gemini energy, the elevation of scintillating procedure, the gateway, the divine gateway, the student, as well as the principal juggler or the magician. There is a shifting energy that creates solidity on one end, but at the other end, it creates a magical thing. Okay, so there's like in the month of July, there's a magical foundation in which to make things concrete in a certain way. There's a very strong practicality and a very strong need to release the mind in order to really manifest something that's a bit more stable, that's a bit more on founded ground. Okay, the energy of the King of Swords as well as the Hermit are here. These are light bringers. These are bringers of gyan, of knowledge. And it's coming to be that there will be essentially what I see, a sense of harmony when it comes to the sharing of truths and the reconstitution or the reform of certain things that have both a grounded nature and one within magic. Okay, so that's what I see. Hopefully that wasn't too esoteric. Furthermore, there's a judgment here that is not being revived. So if this is someone from your past and they have departed, there's something about you and there's something about them that cannot be brought back together into the same playing field. Something has changed, something has shifted, and it's just part of the cosmic harmony that exists between you two. Sometimes it's disharmony, and that's okay, right? Bye.